Hello and welcome. You're watching Cricbuzz Live on this Sunday evening. The last game that's happening today in the World Cup, it's Ireland versus Sri Lanka. And Sri Lanka had a bit of a dry spell in the middle. There was no boundaries hit. It seemed like they were all at sea. And then they hit the accelerator, especially Kamindu Mendis. And he got his 44 of 19. So it wasn't just the accelerator. It was pretty much rocket fuel. Kusal Mendis held the innings together, pretty much got a half century of 43 and took Sri Lanka to 163 for 6. There was a time when even 140, 150 was looking dodge. But 163, well, they've done well. George Dockrell, pick at the bowlers for Ireland. His 4 overs for 17 with 2 wickets. I'm Gaurav Kapur, with me Dinesh, Karthik and Bhattacharjya. Starting off, I just want to tell you both, this is like, it's a strange situation because this is like a home game for both teams, isn't it? Because one side there's Ireland and the other side there's Sri Lanka, which is also an island.
And both are actually known as Emerald Isle.
There you go.
Emerald Isle. Ireland is
I love doing shows with trivia kings. They're both known as Emerald Isles.
Yeah, in that sense. And you know what good luck comes from? The word, there's a word for good luck called serendipity.
Yes.
So serendipity comes from Serendip, which was the old name of Sri Lanka.
Oh.
So you reach Sri Lanka, you're lucky. So serendipity comes from that.
Oh, that's also, he also was a selector for the Indian team before, Sarandeep Singh.
No, he was lucky as well because India won the World Cup, I think.
There you go.
Yeah. See, serendipity works in all. Oh, this is in so many
maybe
planes.
Not. I don't know.
I feel like this show's been directed by Christopher Nolan. Messing with my head. It's amazing. Sri Lanka was messing with our heads a little bit because how long was that period in the middle where they didn't score a boundary?
57 balls.
It's almost 10 overs. So
yeah, 9 overs, 3 balls, yes.
They did not score a boundary. Yeah. I did not know what was happening at that time, Joy. I really don't know.
No, I didn't know. And see, the one thing we were discussing, and I think DK pointed out immediately that, Velalegge's batting at 7 is very early. It's too early for him. So the Sri Lankan team thought that, what is DK saying? Let's bat him at 5 instead. Yeah. So he walks in, he scores 10 of 13 balls.
Yeah.
And in that period, Kusal Mendis and in that middle period, this crazy 4.5, that run rate from 4.5 and 5.4.
Yeah.
And see, that's what happened. They just couldn't get going between the 9th and between the 7th, 8th.
45 runs.
Yeah.
45 runs and 3 wickets.
Yeah.
From the power play right up till the death overs. And then that acceleration in the end. And that shows you how important that partnership was and how important Kamindu's innings was.
That knock could be the difference in this game. Kamindu, 44 of 19 on a pitch which wasn't that easy to bat. Outstanding, great effort. But I also thought Ireland fielded very ordinarily and didn't bowl especially well towards the back end. Their skill sets almost got exposed a bit. The pacers not knowing how to handle the death overs. The spinner obviously under pressure to try and do something different other than the normal stock length ball. So I feel Ireland have played into Sri Lanka's hands a bit. They just knew that they were going to back end it. And instead of just sticking to their guns, they kind of did something that Sri Lanka wanted them to do.
Yeah, you see that partnership. I mean, that's a brilliant partnership. And it's coming on the back of 10 overs or 9 overs for 45, as we said.
Yeah.
10 overs for 45. Then this comes, 67 of 30. You have both Mendis and Mendis, the Mendai partnership, right? Mendis and Mendis, the Mendai partnership. Game changer, Joy, for you?
Absolutely, game changer. And of course, it was also exacerbated by the fielding.
Yeah.
I mean, so many dropped catches. See, normally, they're a gun fielding side.
It was weird, though. I want to add in Ireland's defense that there were some brilliant stops at the boundary as well.
Yeah.
There were some diving stops at the boundary and then just some glaring misses with the ball. It was really
Was it a light issue? Because a lot of time, see, there was a clear overrun of the ball.
Yeah.
But 2 cases, the guys almost seemed to look away just before the catch was taken. So perhaps the lights were low and it hasn't happened.
I don't think in SSC the lights are low. I don't know what their problem is. Probably it was too bright or the catches came in such a way that they had to look into the light. Generally, if there's that ring of light, which happens in Dubai, that can be challenging. Mohali, obviously an Air Force base, so they have lower lights. That is pretty challenging.
Yeah.
Sri Lanka, when I've played, I don't think I've had a problem with the height of the lights or how powerful it is or how bright it is. But I must admit, Ireland found something very awkward today on the field. They dropped a sitter straight up, Kamil Mishara, straightforward catch at short mid-wicket, and then things just went downhill from there in terms of their catching. They fielded very okay. I don't even think the ground fielding, when you think of Ireland, when you think of New Zealand, they're good fielding sides.
Yeah.
They always put up a strong front on the field. Today was definitely not one such day.
Also, see, one is the catch drops. That's something that you just don't associate them with. But their basic body language in the field, you've just got them in. You've got them in, you've held them back for 9 overs, 10 overs, and then you suddenly let them off the hook at a situation where, you allow them to be sick. Because the game was completely under Ireland's control.
Yeah, they were, we were just showing that innings progression, and we'll pull it up again just to show you what kind of a rescue job has happened. And you don't say that at 160 score, right? But that's the rescue job. They've got 68 runs in the last 5. At which they were less than 100 going into that. So you thought 135, 140, Ireland would fancy their chances. They have really swung the game, not just by the score, but also the fact that now they have, I'm trying to not use the word momentum, but I'll use it anyway. Yeah, because they've swung the momentum towards them, because you go in with this with your confidence sky high.
Absolutely. I think the last 5 overs completely belong to Sri Lanka, and they will walk in knowing that they've got 15-20 above par. We were discussing in the comm box, you said, what's a good total? And I said, I feel 175 is probably a decent total here, but they're not going to get anywhere close to it. And they have. The 163 is a very fair score. And looking at their bowling attack, which for me is the strength so far among the two suits, I would back Sri Lanka to do a nice job of it.
I have just one thing. Could be a factor also, because if you see a couple of balls also escaped the hands. I think there was full tosses which were high.
So you're saying for the catching?
For the catching also, perhaps there was, there could be a factor.
I think so. And if Dew is there, it's only going to help Ireland. So it'll be interesting to watch how they come out. Paul Sterling is going to be an important key member of their batting lineup because he has experience more than anything else.
Yeah, lots and lots of T20 experience. I think the most in the world. I think even more than Rohit Sharma. He's played more T20 cricket than him, and that's saying a lot because Rohit's been playing T20 cricket since the first T20 World Cup
2007.
Yeah, I'm not playing it anymore, but he's played it for a long duration. Anyway, let's have a look at the Sri Lanka batting lineup, and you'll see, or rather the scorecard, and you'll see what we were talking about, of how everyone at the top got stuck till Kamindu Mendis got unstuck. And when you see that, that's a great innings in itself. 44 of 19, 6 days a week and twice on Sundays. But when you see it in comparison to what the other batters have done, it stands out even more, doesn't it, DK?
Very true, and also showed a lot of skill, played the reverse sweep quite nicely, the switch hit rather, and then took on the pacers, and I thought he batted with a lot of firepower. He believed that he needed to hit boundaries and went about doing it in a very clinical way. He's more of someone who finds gaps and hits boundaries there, but today it was a couple of lovely sixes. Again, put down in the boundary, that rolled away for a six, that rolled away for a boundary, another six. So things worked for him, but I also thought Kusal Mendis kind of went against the grain of what he normally does, which is slam bang, took his time and made sure that he did what the team was required, try and bat deep. So somebody like Kamindu Mendis can come and flourish.
Maturity from a senior player, Joy, and that's what you expect.
Yeah, and he stuck it through. And had he not played that innings, he actually was a stabilizing factor. And he just didn't get a partner till Kamindu came along. And I was just thinking that it's perhaps if you look at that innings, he was 30 of 27. So in the last 16 balls, he got 26 runs. So he changed his momentum towards the end. He took over. Moment Kamindu Mendis got out, he knew he had to do whatever little hitting there was left to do. And I think he did a great job of it. And he's totally right. This is not what he's known for. He's known for going whack at the top.
True.
So this is a very uncharacteristic innings, and I think they deserved it. And on the other side, Kamindu, reverse, we know he's ambidextrous. He bowls with both right and left hands, but therefore he has that ability to switch it almost as if he's batting that hand.
Yeah.
And that's a huge advantage.
So I don't think it's a switch hit with him, right? Because they're both his correct and strong side. Quick word on the surface.
Slightly slow, a bit tacky. Maybe, as I said, 5 or 8 above par, but nothing that is unreachable. And we've seen Nepal do something very special a few hours ago. So why not? If Ireland genuinely can play the spinners well, which will be the biggest challenge on the day, they definitely have a good chance.
Yeah, but Ireland would want to do it a little more special than Nepal, because Nepal's turned out to be almost special. They fell short by just 4 runs. But can Ireland turn the tide today. If you look down there, 11 and see the kind of batting firepower they have, they've got a lot of familiar names there. They've got the experience of Paul Sterling, their captain, Ross Adair, Harry Tector's a great bat, Lauren Tucker, Curtis Camphor, we know. So there's proper batting there, Joy.
There's proper batting there, and Dockrell can also hit a few. So you this is an experienced batting side. I don't think this is a total out of reach. Absolutely not out of reach. I think it's maybe a 55-45 Sri Lanka game.
Yeah.
But definitely not more than that.
Okay. And if you talk about the Ireland bowling, whether it was kind of spinners, we spoke about Dockrell and we spoke about those brilliant figures. When you get 4 overs for 17 and two wickets, that is fantastic bowling. But who else?
I thought Mark Adair bowled very nicely, swung the ball both ways, was able to take the ball away from the left-hander, brought the ball back into the right-hander, bowled quite nicely, and also bowled quite nicely at the death. So I think he did the best among the pacers. Obviously, the two spinners, Dockrell bowled very, very well. He was the standout bowler. Gareth Delaney was quite good as well. Humphreys, I think under pressure, he got
that last over,
a bit of cold feet in that last over.
That was not a last over. That was the second last over.
Yeah,
They're talking about the 19th.
Yeah.
That was 3 overs.
Last over of his spell.
Yeah, that was 3 overs, right?
Yeah. Wide. I think.
I think
That was a 12-ball over, by the way. 11-ball over, sorry.
I think our producer was saying that he probably thinks he's playing the 100 again, and it's 10-ball
has to bowl a 10-ball over, right?
Yeah.
No, it was crazy. He kind of came apart at that time, but it was all because of the Sri Lankan batters who were attacking him at that point in time, attacking Ireland at that point in time. All right, now for them to get the score, how much should they be getting in the power play? And more importantly, are you backing that number as your guess? I got 53.
I'll go 50.
50.
48.
48, 50 and 53. Can all three of us get it right like we did in the previous game? All three of us got our things correct. You said 55 to Sri Lanka, 45 to Ireland. Is that the odds that you're going with right now? So slight advantage Sri Lanka?
I think slight advantage Sri Lanka. It's slight advantage, but it could change very fast.
DK for you?
75 Sri Lanka.
Oh, wow. Very in Sri Lanka's favour.
Yeah, I do believe that their bowling attack is very strong.
Yeah, let's have a look at their 11 as well, just to back up what DK is saying. When you see the bowlers that they have and the options that they have in their bowling, I think that's what's impressive, right, DK?
All 5 names in the second part of the column. Dunith used to be there, but he went pretty high in the batting order, so it's gone on this side. But they have a solid 5-men bowling attack. Add Kamindu Mendis as the 6th bowler and Shanaka, who can chip in quite nicely with the ball. So they are a pretty solid team, without a doubt.
Yeah, so Velalage, Hasaranga, Chamira, there's proper bowling over there. And there is their stronger suit from their batting is what we thought. So yeah, advantage Sri Lanka. But can Ireland put it off? Can they get this chase done? There's a lot of Irish fans on that tiny little island. They'll have a big party if that does happen. They'll have a big party even if it doesn't happen. So they'll just have a big party because they're Irish. All right, we're going to go now. It's dinner time for us. Yeah. As Kapil Paji said in 1983, what else we here for? We'll see you at the end of the 10th over for Cricbuzz Combox. Thanks for watching. Bye.